there, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. This week I'm going to try out the Let's Resin UV resin starter kit. I did ask Let's Resin if I could possibly have some more UV resin and they sent me the starter kit, so I thought I might as well show you what's in it because I was quite surprised. I also asked if I could use some of their Thermochromic powder. Now I know there are other companies that do Thermochromic powder, but I didn't even know that Let's Resin did. So when I saw it on Instagram, I jumped at the chance and said, yes, please let me try this. I'd love to. Now the colours are maybe not my cup of tea, but then I'm not a green person. However, they are very Halloween type themed colours. And as we're in Halloween season, yeah, got to try them, haven't I? So let's see how I got on with these Thermochromic powders and the Let's Resin UV resin starter kit. So this is Let's Resin UV starter kit. I've only ever bought the UV resin on its own. I've never had the starter kit before and I was surprised to see how much is in here. Little tiny flowers to put in little tiny pieces. How cute are those? And you get a little mixing container and 2 mixing sticks. A tiny mould. You get some open back and closed back bezels. And some keychains. Wow, there's a lot in here. You also get the tape to go on the open back bezels, which is handy, and there's some necklace chains too. If you want to start, this is a great starter kit, and some earring pieces, and I think they're called split rings. You get some glitters, absolutely lovely starting pack glitters, and you also get a UV lamp. Now that is invaluable as you're going to be using UV resin. There is some Milo flakes in all different colours. And of course you get a nice amount of UV resin. Oh, and a pair of tweezers. And I didn't even realise you've got some holographic bits in the bottom and they're not actually silver, they're gold. There you go. Of course I was showing you the back. And you get a little instruction manual as well. Now these little pieces I was not happy with. I've had them before and they're just too flimsy to do anything with. Although they're silicone, you might find them handy, but I didn't. These are the bezels. You have a few open back bezels, you have a few closed back bezels. And I think you could call these antique brass type style. I'm going to use a few of these. Some of them have the attachment at the top that sticks out the back. Now that is aesthetically pleasing, but when you're casting resin in it, they are going to need elevating to be flat. Now this is the UV lamp. I didn't know that this kit came with a UV lamp and I didn't actually have a UV lamp from Let's Resin. But it's really sweetly packaged, it's got an instruction manual and it's sturdy. It's got a blue plastic covering on the mirror type effect that will increase its ability to cure resin. And it has 3 lights on each side of its little stand. It only has 1 button and it just does 1 minute, but it's a dinky little thing. And for the bezels that came in the kit, it would be ideal. It works on a USB cable and once I had it plugged in, it's really quite bright. And I was quite impressed with this little piece. This is Let's Resin Thermochromic, or Thermochromic, however you want to say it, powder. I was quite excited when I saw that Let's Resin do this and I actually asked if I could have some. Thermochromic powder reacts to warmth and it gets little spoons in there to dish out powder as well. This colour is purple pink, so it will change colour depending on the temperature. Pink and purple is just absolutely perfect for me. I'm gonna like this one, I think. This one is dark green lime. Not really my kind of thing, but you never know. Cyan and greeny yellow. And we all know what I think about green. And then there's violet and blue, another one I think I'm going to like. and then you have orange and yellow. Now when they heat up, they change colour, and you can see very easily how quick that changes to a different colour. This is real time, it's not sped up at all, but it is quite warm in my room. It's not a cold day by any stretch of the imagination. I wasn't too sure whether that one was changing, but it is, just very subtly. That is quite subtle though. You can see there's a little difference of colour at the top. And the purple and pink, yep, that's definitely changing. But like I said, it's quite a warm day. It's not as if they're cold. So what about the blue? Oh, that's definitely a change. You can see that straight away. And the green, not a dramatic change, but it is there. So I picked some of the open back bezels and I'm sticking them onto the sticky side of the tape, even though they're not quite straight. But once they're on, they're on. That tape is quite strong. I'm going to cut them up so that they're individual. I do struggle with sticky things. I always end up getting them everywhere. Stick to my gloves and everything. So I decided to try the orange yellow first. I'm going to mix it with a very small amount of UV resin, and straight away you can see the difference in colour. Now obviously the powder in the jar is not going to look the same when it's mixed with a liquid. I'm just going to put a thin amount in the bottom of this bezel. This is my very first trial. I have no idea how thick I need the covering to be. Maybe you need a thin covering for it to change quickly. Maybe you need a thick covering. This is an average amount. I was thinking too thin and you won't see it. Too thick and it won't change quickly enough to see it from the front. And when I'm using my torch to get rid of any bubbles before curing it, you can see that it's changing colour slightly. I put it under the lamp for 1 minute and wow, look at that change. I don't think 1 minute is enough time to cure UV resin, so I did it again. And that is quite dramatically different. And as always, because I've used an opaque colour, you do have to cure the bottom as well. After a few times of putting it under the lamp, I think I put it under for 4 times in the end, 3 on top and 1 underneath. I'm going to put a thin layer of UV resin in the bezel to add some embellishments, and I figured I would use the Milo flakes. So I had to choose the colours that I wanted to go with this orange yellow piece. And yes, I get all stuck, which is quite normal for me. So I decided to choose an orange and a yellow, as that's the 2 colours that is in this colour change. I put a few pieces of each colour into the clear UV resin, trying to make sure it's all buried under the resin as much as possible, but this is going to have a top coat of resin anyway, so if I've got little pieces sticking up, it's not that big a deal. And cure it. I then give it another couple of top coats, and when I'm happy I actually put this in the fridge because it was really quite warm from the curing resin, so I put it in the fridge. And then I'd have thought, actually now it's too cold. So I'm trying to warm it up in my hand so you can see the colour change. It does change colour rather nicely. I don't know whether I like these 2 colours. Yellow is definitely a sweet one. The orange to me is a little too dark, but that's personal preference. So now I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the others. Now I'm not going to put you through the entire process, and I don't use the flakes in these, I use something else, but each colour is going into an open back bezel, and I'm just doing a really thin layer with each one and a tiny amount of UV resin. And they do change colour quite significantly when you put them in liquid. So this again is the orange one. And I'm showing you that I'm taking the backs off of all these. I do get annoyed with this sticky tape. I catch it all the time and move it around. Once the backing colour was completely cured, I could take the sticky tape off of all of them, apart from the last one. I'd done it so thin that I thought it was a bit too risky to take off the backing sticky, so I left it on. Now these are nail art transfers, or tattoos if you like. They are not quite the same as skin tattoos because they have a coloured background. So in order to put them into my piece, I can't turn them upside down and stick them in because all you'll see is a white background. I did actually try it, to be honest, and had to take it out again because all you can see is the white. So I'm going to just put these on a piece of double-sided sticky tape that I've put onto a tile, and I'm going to give them a couple of coats of UV resin to enable me to remove the backing. These are the smallest tattoos I had, and they are really Halloween style. And I wanted to keep that Halloween style in this video. After all, it's the spooky season, isn't it? So I'm just going to coat them a couple of times in a very thin coat of UV resin so that I can take off the backing. Once that's done and they're all cured up, I can take them off of the double-sided tape and they are ready for me to remove the backing. So a little squirt of water, and after a few seconds the backing is damp enough to just slide away. I am trying to do it quite quick here because I know I'm filming it, but you can see that it has a white background, so I couldn't have put it upside down as you normally would with a tattoo into the resin piece because all you'll see is white. So another thin layer of UV resin into my pieces, and I will pop the tattoo into the resin and just make sure it was covered. And again, I will be putting more layers on this just to fill up the bezel, and I might even put a few more embellishments in it. And I have actually trimmed this tattoo so that it would fit in the corner of this very peculiar shaped bezel. And I do exactly the same with the others. Again, I'm not going to put you through the whole lot because it's a repetitive thing, but it actually is very enjoyable to do, to be fair. But I wanted to show you this one because the little pumpkin face didn't have a coloured background, it had a clear background, and I think actually that one is my favourite. So overall, what do I think of the kit and what do I think of the thermochromic powders? Well, the thermochromic powders are amazing. I know other companies make thermochromic powder. I didn't even know that Let's Resin did until I saw someone use it on Instagram. The colours are maybe not my cup of tea, only because I'm not a green person, but the purple is absolutely stunning. I love the purple. And the pink one too is definitely gorgeous. And because I had a bubble for some reason, I decided to put some more embellishments in that piece just to give it a little 3D and to cover up the bubble. The orange one, I was expecting a brighter orange, to be honest. But I thought I'd show you what the difference is between the colours when they're cold and when they're warm. So I got my heat gun out and I heated them up slightly. Now the frames obviously heated up quicker, so the colours changed from the frame out, but you can see the difference in the colours. I think they are amazing. I love the fact that they change colour and they could be so much fun. As for the starter kit, I could not believe how much stuff there was in there. There's everything in it that you need to start with UV resin. It was incredible, absolutely, including the little lamp. I did go on to finish these pieces with what was in the kit, the necklaces and the keychains, and here's the results. I am really quite happy with these. They're different and I just love the idea of it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you've got something out of it. Come back and see me next week because you never know what I'm going to be up to. I never know what I'm going to be up to. Have a great week, happy crafting, and bye for now.